If you watch my videos, you know that I enjoy playing games with beautiful, colorful miniatures, just like the next gamer, but I do not enjoy the hobby aspect that comes with it. I do not enjoy building miniatures. I always stick my fingers together. I do not enjoy painting miniatures. I don't even want to learn, actually, because I know I will spend a lot of money and time and then not be happy. So I know it's like a conflicting thing. I like the miniatures, but I don't want to build it or paint it. So what am I going to do? There was a time when I was paying a person to build and paint miniatures for me. They look great, but it was also very expensive. So at least when I play games with miniatures, it is skirmish games, so I can get away with 10, 15 figures. I don't play those games with large armies of miniatures that a lot of people seem to be enjoying, or at least, but they also spend a lot of time complaining on social media about the fact they don't build and paint their armies. So what can I do? I want to play skirmish games with beautiful, colorful miniatures. I don't want to paint them. I don't want to build them. On a social media that is populated of a lot of old people, such as myself, I saw the advertisement for something called Skinny Miniatures, which was ready-to-play colorful miniatures with colorful illustrations on transparent plexiglass. The diorama you see here does not come with the skinny miniatures. That is just to show how the miniatures may look in a landscape. Incidentally, the kind of landscape that I use, ready-made. That's how I like my miniature games elements. So skinny miniatures seem to be the solution to all of my problems. I asked them if they were interested in sending a review copy of some of their products, and they did. And they sent me a box with a lot of miniatures. As you can see, some are loose in the box, and I place based on them. You will connect them. And at least in this standard set, you get a lot more miniatures than bases. So here in the baggies, I store the ones that don't have bases at the present time, but if I was to play the game, then I would add them. So as you can see, it's very easy to snap them onto the base. And yes, this is my dream product. This is the solution to all of my miniature problems. They are gorgeous. I find them to be absolutely stunning, and they come painted and beautiful out of the box. Look at this, look at this. These are all fantasy characters, so they're going possibly for the market of people like me who like to play fantasy skirmish games, but I also believe that there are a lot of you who use miniatures when you play role-playing games. Maybe that famous role-playing game that now is in its 5th edition. I understand how having these miniatures really enhances the experience. And there's such huge variety. I'm just showing you a selection. There's such huge variety here. Chances are when you create a character, you're gonna find one that matches the mental image that you wanted to play. Or maybe you select a miniature and you create a character accordingly. So much detail, so glorious, and also a lot of variety when it comes to gender. Many female characters. That's awesome, because again, we need to make sure that people who want to play female characters have beautiful, nice miniatures that they can use also. And I'm just showing you the great variety when it comes to inclusion, characters that seem to come from different kind of heritages. And again, male and female, huge variety here. Now, as you may have noticed, these characters basically are double-sided stickers. So different art from the front and the back, which of course enhances the experience. Also very good if you're playing, games where orientation matters. And it looks like the sticker is attached, so as the front is under the transparent plastic, and the back is not. So you can touch the back. And as you can see, of course, that means that really makes the art on the front pop. Makes it more vivid, more colorful. There is, however, a small number of miniatures. I believe it's a mistake in which, see, the back is the one that is sticking to the plexiglass and the front is not. So that simply means that for some miniatures, the back is more vivid and more colorful and shinier than the front. And you may have noticed I was picking up some and then putting on the side. Not that I wanted to hide them, but first I wanted to show you what I believe is the default, statistically it seems to be. And then again, for these miniatures, the front is a less vivid than the back, which is just unusual. P.S. If we are playing a tactical war game, I don't think it's gonna matter all that much, but I thought I'd mention that there are some that are even more perfect than the others, because I'll tell you, to me, this kind of miniature, I take it out of the box, it looks that good. Look how, just the detail, it looks that good. And I don't have to do anything. I just have to stick it on a plastic base. That's all I have to do. To me, this is a dream come true. These are the perfect war game / role-playing game miniatures for me, no doubt. And so here I showed you the ones that I'm keeping assembled in the box for now, sort of like some of the main heroes. But the variety is huge. There are just so many more. I don't even know that I want to show them all to you, so this way I keep some mystery, but just to give you a sense, it would take us forever to cover them all. By the way, one thing that I like about basically two-dimensional miniatures, how many you can store in this box. The box wasn't even full, but look how many miniatures you can store in there. And now I'm keeping them loose. You can even organize them. Say if you have a binder, and then those binders with like pockets that we use for cards and such, then you can keep them organized by type, by style. Again, I just want to give you a sense. I'm not gonna through all of them. Pretty much every archetype of fantasy. Yes, even the bard, the much reviled class of the bard. And now you can have some bards that look cool. This looks like a character I played in a video game where she was, I think, going after the ghost of a dead boyfriend, and she was a bit cray-cray. I didn't finish the game, it was really heavy, but that's what she looks like. Again, so many different characters, and you can just see the gender balance is very different from, what fantasy art used to look like back in the day, and this is a good thing. But just look at the variety, different armors, classes. Again, the occasional one where the back is shinier than the front, and that's okay, because they are a minority. Such an amazing thing, such an amazing repertoire. So again, these are characters you can use. Probably you will find your hero or heroine in there. But then we also have a small minority in this, like Dungeon Master Starter Set, a small minority of miniatures representing monsters. So we have the obligatory skeleton with big weapons, the orc or troll with a really scary big sword, looks like a villain in Elden Ring. Just to give you a sense. So for the villains, yes, skeletons and orcs are the ones that come in this basic set. But I hope that I'm just getting you curious about this, so you just look at the variety of things that they have on their side. The offer is impressive. This is the bag I use it to store the shorter people, so dwarves and gnomes, or halflings, like we call them in some games that have now 5 editions or so. And again, some gnomes just are clerics, and you can just tell. I mean, some dwarves just are clerics, and that happens. Or bards. Again, good that we have cool-looking options for the bard, finally. But then the short one may also just be the tank or the druid. You can just create different stories around these characters. I like how you have, the style here pays homage to the classic archetype of fiction. So again, you can tell the class that each character is supposed to be, but then there's just a lot of individual personality. This is great art, and it's just a great idea to me to have them ready-made and ready to go. We also have some environmental elements. And so, simply, you can use some of your bases to create the characters and some other ones to... Oh, come on. What's happening here? Usually, I'm getting excited when I'm filming. I can't even fit a door on a stand. There you go. And then we have, now we have a little door there. So you can use these things here to create the portcullis, to have columns, chests that may or may not be mimics, and so on and so forth. So I have to tell you, I'm extremely happy, I'm extremely pleased that this product exists, that I learned about it, because it is gonna enhance my skirmish fantasy war games by a million times, giving me that variety, giving me so much detail, such an immersive experience. We know more to do than just opening that box and looking for the miniatures that I want to use. I can expand my collection now, again, simply by, paying money, that happens. But then that's it. As opposed to paying money, and then I have to put so much labor into other stuff to prepare the miniatures. Miniatures that are ready to play out of the box, so that there aren't any extra steps between me opening the box and me playing the game. That is, to me, a dream come true. I'm very pleased, I'm very happy with Skinny Miniatures, and I'm happy to give this product exposure on my video blog, because I think there are a lot of people out there that would really enjoy these miniatures.